only solution we the people of Ambazonia, is to buy guns. If I were you, if I were the people of Ambazonia, if I was God, to get into your head, I'll tell you that, look, when you come to the United States, for example, when you come into the United States, for example, let me tell you, I live in California, okay? I live in San Jose, California. Closer down the street, or the block, as they call it, there is a gun shop. Taking left, going down further, there is a gun shop. We have a shooting range. Every Saturday I go for shooting. We have a shooting range. That means you shoot. A shooting range, you have a gun and you shoot. If America can allow citizens to own guns, licensed weapons, to shoot, go for shooting range and shoot, but not to kill civilians, to allow civilians to have weapons to protect themselves. What more of you, the Biafran, that has been slaughtered by the Fulanis? You Biafrans have been slaughtered by Fulanis. Fulanis come into your area. It is unheard of. I mean, like, let me just say this clearly, because it looks like they don't understand what I'm trying to say. Biafrans, Fulanis come into your area. Fulanis, like you guys have a Fulani president called Muhammadu Buhari, who is clinically dead. Fulanis come to your area with clubs, machetes, and slaughter your people. And you sit and you complain on Facebook. That thing should stop. Fulanis sit. They come like they live from the north. The Fulanis, those headsmen, the gynecologists, who real cows, no education, just cows. They come to your area. They slaughter your people. And you guys end on Facebook protesting. Facebook! Let me give you the solution. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Hammurabi's law. Invoke Hammurabi's law immediately. A Fulani gynecologist who puts that stick on the back, like, hi, walai, you know me, I do you, you do me, I do you. Fulanis come, slaughter your people, and go scotch-free into their land, sit and rest, and enjoy the news on Nigerian TV, enjoy the news on CNN. You must be mad in the head. You, the Biafrans, you must be mad in the head. If a Fulani man gets into Biafra to slaughter your people, when you catch him, you have to do the exact thing to that Fulani man. The exact thing to that Fulani terrorist. You don't condone terrorists. And God does not forgive terrorism. If they come to your land, you have to get the right weapons to wipe them out of that planet. Wipe them out of that area. No Facebook. You don't need to talk too much on Facebook. Get the right weapons. What you need, Biafrans, are guns and bullets. Look, the border is so open for you to have guns and bullets. We Ambazonians have it. Why can't you have it? And you are complaining about Fulanis. You are 70 million of you. And a small group of cattle rearers, Fulanis, get into Biafra and wipe your people out. And you sit and you're complaining on Facebook and sharing. Will Facebook come to rescue you? Facebook has not rescued Donald Trump. Will it rescue you? What you need, Biafrans, are guns, explosives, and bullets. Guns. That is the solution that has worked for us, the people of Ambazonia, against La République du Cameroon. What you, the people of Biafra, what you need right now are guns and bullets, explosives, to defend your people. If you don't defend your people will be wiped out, extinguished from the earth. The process of natural selection by Charles Darwin will take place. Buy your guns and defend your women and children. Push forth. Let no one fool you. You're on your own. The junta regime of Nigeria is a Fulani regime. Muhammadu Buhari is a Fulani. He grew up as a Fulani, a cattle rearer. He can't speak English till today. All he knows is Zaza. You guys have as yeah, the president has gone to the place. Yes, Zazu Rock. I am going to London to eat. I am going to London because I am sick. That is the kind of person who rules the largest population in Africa. That is the Fulani who has never studied in the four walls of any school, who can't speak English, and you are there siding with a Fulani man, paying allegiance to Asurok, so that a Fulani man whose goal is to extinguish the fighting population of the Biafra people. How can a Fulani man live from up north, come down south, and is wiping you guys out, and you guys are complaining on Facebook? Invoke the Ambazonia strategy, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Wipe them out before they wipe you out. It's a self-help situation. It's a self-help system. Wipe them out. And immediately declare a strong war against the Fulanis. That is how you invoke your power. Don't take them for, they are not educated. They are not. And they cannot be educated to fight you guys. You guys are the most learned in Africa. They are not educated. The same thing we've done for the people of Ambazonia. A few miscreants leave from neighboring La Republic to Cameroon, come and impose themselves as what they call colonial duos. In Nigeria, you may call it a local government area. In Ambazonia, we call it colonial duos, district officers. They come and impose themselves as leaders among us. One of the strategies you have to enact is to wipe out all of those so-called local government areas. Wipe them out. Delete them. Delete. You see it? Someone who bribes to get his or her way into Enam, all of those public schools in neighboring La Republic du Cameroon, jumps into Ambazonia, automatically becomes wealthy because he sponges on the people's sweat and blood. He collects taxes, bribes from the people of Ambazonia, and he lives as a neighbor to the ordinary poor Ambazonian man. And you are allowing this man to brush his teeth every day outside, good morning, brushing his teeth and spitting on the floor of Ambazonia. You have to wipe that idiot out. You don't tolerate those idiots. If it creeps like a terrorist, it barks like a terrorist, it smiles like a terrorist, it quacks like a terrorist, it is a terrorist. No two things. It is a terrorist. Wipe it out. Even if Britain is supporting them, who cares? Ambazonia exists today. No country apart from Biafra supports us, the Ambazonian people. No country. None. No country exists today apart from the Biafran people who have supported us. But yet, Cameroon has international relationships, embassies with almost all countries in the world. Who cares? Who cares? That is why I keep saying that this is a slave trade mentality. It is a slave trade mentality. It is a mental slavery mentality we are having here. Mental slavery. Where you think, oh no, I cannot fight them because Britain is supporting them. I cannot fight them because France is supporting them. No, I cannot fight them because China is supporting them. You have to support yourselves. Our grandfathers, without communications, defeated the whites, the Abyssinian revolt, the Ethiopian versus the Italians. The King Menelik, he defeated the Italians without communications, without anything. Italians who were already having international relationships with other countries dating back to the 1964 Westphalia Treaty, they could still defeat the Italians in the Abyssinian revolt without any communications. What more of you who has all means of communications today? Are you depending, or are you giving lame excuses that someone comes into your land, he's supported by the Britain? Why don't you support yourself and defeat them? You are 70 million, for heaven's sake. 70 million. And let me tell you, the British, they care about human rights more than the ordinary Nigerian person does. They care about human rights more than the ordinary Cameroonian does. When you start fighting them, They have no other way to go to than to start accusing the heavy power. And who is the heavy power? Nigeria. That's the same thing we've done for neighboring La Republic to Cameroon. We started fighting them. People say, oh, can you stand up against them? Can you stand? No, I think you should back out. I think, no, I shouldn't. I think you should get away. Let me tell you this. When we started fighting this so-called junta regime of neighboring La Republic to Cameroon, many of our own people, the Ambazonians, said, oh no, we should back out. We are not equipped. We are ill-equipped. We cannot fight them. Hey, look, let me tell you this. How are we ill-equipped when we have 8 million? Even among the 8 million, if we have just 2 who are willing to buy guns, you start taking out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the power of numbers. You start defeating them morally, psychologically, and pulling more numbers to yourself. How do we do it? Cameroon is heavily sponsored by France. Cameroon is heavily sponsored even by the United States. But when we started this war, France started backing out. Today, France is barely showing its face in this fight against Ambazonia versus La République du Cameroon. Britain started backing out. Today, British Parliament, the parliamentarians in Britain are speaking against Cameroon. But before we started this war, they were not speaking against Cameroon. So don't be afraid. They will speak out against them. Britain started speaking out against them. America went on to pull back its military aid from Cameroon. Let me tell you this. Don't be afraid of Britain supporting whoever they want to support. You have to be worried about your own self. What are you doing to liberate your own homeland?